Marcus Chen had seen many strange things working as a maintenance technician at the orbital transit hub, but nothing prepared him for the small, crystalline figure sobbing near Docking Bay 7. The child, if one could call her that, stood barely, 3 feet tall, her translucent body refracting the station's lights into dancing rainbows across the metallic floor. Her large, multifaceted eyes shimmered with what Marcus recognized universally as tears, regardless of species. She clutched a worn datapad to her chest, trembling. "Hey there," Marcus said softly, kneeling to her level. The universal translator on his collar chirped to life. "Are you lost?" The girl's head swiveled toward him, her crystalline features contorting in distress. "Mother," she said in a voice like wind chimes. "I cannot find Mother." Marcus glanced around the busy transit corridor. Thousands of beings from hundreds of worlds passed through this hub daily. Finding one specific alien in this chaos would be like finding a particular star in a nebula. Still, something in those prismatic eyes made him unable to walk away. "What's your name?" he asked. "Lysitera, from Crystallis Prime." Marcus extended, his hand carefully, unsure if touch was appropriate for her species. Lysitera stared at it for a moment before placing her small, cool hand in his. It felt like holding carved glass, delicate, yet somehow strong. "I'm Marcus. Let's find your mother together." What Marcus didn't know was that every moment of this encounter was being recorded by 73 different security systems, monitored by the Galactic Council's Behavioral Analysis Division, and would soon become required viewing for every species in the known galaxy. The search took hours. Marcus should have returned to his shift, but he couldn't abandon the frightened child. They checked docking manifests, announced descriptions over the intercom, and walked through what felt like every corridor on the station. Lysitera's species, Marcus learned, were crystalline beings who communicated partially through light refraction. When she was scared, her body dimmed. When she laughed, which happened when Marcus made silly faces to distract her, she sparkled like a diamond. "Your people must be worried about you," Marcus said as they sat in the station's food court, sharing a packet of nutrient paste that Lysitera could absorb through her skin. "Mother says humans are dangerous," Lysitera admitted, her glow dimming with shame. "She says your species is young and violent, that you wage wars and destroy your own world." Marcus felt a familiar sting of shame. Humanity's reputation in the galactic community wasn't stellar. They were the newest members, the barbaric newcomers, who'd barely stopped killing each other before reaching the stars. Most aliens gave humans a wide berth. "Your mother's not entirely wrong," Marcus said honestly. "We've done terrible things. We still do sometimes. But we're trying to be better, and not all of us are dangerous." Lysitera tilted her head, studying him. "You helped me, why?" "Because you needed help. That's reason enough." It was such a simple human answer. Marcus couldn't have known that this concept, helping a stranger simply because they needed help, without expectation of reward or fear of consequence, was almost unique to humanity in the known galaxy. Other species helped their tribes, their allies. But humans possess this strange, often self-destructive tendency to help anyone, even to their own detriment. Finally, after 6 hours of searching, they found her mother in the diplomatic quarter, nearly hysterical with fear. The reunion was beautiful. Both crystalline beings flared so brightly that Marcus had to shield his eyes. Lysitera's mother, matriarch Vesikera, approached Marcus with obvious trepidation, her light flickering with uncertainty. Through the translator, her voice came out formal and cold. "You have my gratitude, human. What payment do you require?" Marcus blinked in confusion. "Payment? I don't want payment. I'm just glad she's safe." The matriarch's entire body went still. "You spent your work cycle searching. You will face consequences from your employers. You must want compensation." "I just wanted to help," Marcus said simply. He smiled at Lysitera, who was peeking from behind her mother's leg. "Take care of yourself, kid." He turned to leave, already composing the apology he'd give his supervisor for missing his entire shift. He made it 3 steps before Matriarch Vesikera's voice stopped him. "Wait." When Marcus turned back, the matriarch was glowing with an intensity he hadn't seen before. Her voice, when she spoke, trembled with emotion. "You are different than we believed." "I'm just a guy," Marcus said with a shrug. "No," the matriarch said firmly. "You are more." Marcus didn't understand what she meant. He returned to work, got a stern warning from his supervisor, and thought nothing more of it. But Matriarch Vesikara was one of the Galactic Council's most influential members, and she had recorded everything. Within days, the footage spread across the galaxy. A human faced with a lost alien child from a species that feared and distrusted his kind, had sacrificed his time and risked his livelihood simply to help. No ulterior motive, no expectation of reward, just compassion. It sparked something unprecedented. The Galactic Perception Initiative began, with humanity at its center. Species that had dismissed humans as barbaric warmongers suddenly saw them differently. If one random maintenance worker embodied such selfless kindness, what else might humanity be capable of? Marcus's life changed overnight. He received messages from across the galaxy. Job offers poured in. The Crystallis government granted him honorary citizenship. Children from dozens of species sent him drawings. He even received a formal apology from the Galactic Council for humanity's harsh probationary status. But the biggest change came when Lysistara's family invited him to Crystallis Prime. There, in a ceremony broadcast to every world in the known galaxy, Marcus was named Friend to the Stars, the first human to receive such an honor. As Marcus stood before billions of watching eyes, Lysitara's small hand in his, he thought about how one simple choice, to help someone who needed it, had changed everything. "I still don't understand what the big deal is," he admitted to the matriarch afterward. She glowed warmly. "That, Marcus Chen, is precisely why it matters. Humanity helps not for glory, but because you cannot do otherwise. That is your gift to the galaxy." Marcus smiled. Maybe humanity wasn't so barbaric after all. Maybe they just needed a chance to show the universe what they were really made of, not weapons and warfare, but compassion and courage. One lost child at a time.